Well, I got the picture.
Hey guys, press any button, back at it again in Unity with the animation that we've been doing. Just going to be continuing off. This will be probably a shorter part because I've gone ahead and actually completed that run animation I said I would be doing with you guys. Unfortunately, I found it a little bit finicky, so I thought I would just sort of do a quick run of it. But this is pretty much what we've got. So as you can see, if we actually set up the loop properly, it would loop through nicely. Now, we don't actually have to have these frames of animation here at the beginning, where our character is sort of static from that idle animation, because one, it would break the loop, and two, I know that Unity likes to sort of merge the animations a little bit, so it'll work out just fine. How are we going to get this run animation going though? Because obviously you guys haven't, completed the run animation. What you'll find is the package that I've sent for the first 3 videos. I actually started sending this package, so that's going to be 16, 17 and 18. You're going to find that this animation is half complete, hopefully, if it's sent over properly. And we're just going to go over what you guys need to do to get the complete version of the animation. So we're going to go to Google Chrome, Games Design. It's a wide sort of skill set that we need for this kind of thing. Design, development, coding, and then the artsy side. So why not look at some references of people who actually spend more time doing these things in a more justified way? Because, we can't jack of all trades, we can't be master of everything, even though that would be actually sick. So we're gonna take a look at some references here. I'm just looking at this animation, and I've completed the animation, but you can see where I got the inspiration from. So there's various parts, what's happening here. We just got to break it down. We've got straight leg, bent leg, and then bent leg, and then this comes in a bit. What I did is I actually skipped out this step and I went straight to this, because Unity is really good at just merging between those animations. We're not doing it as stop by stop animation. If we were doing hand drawn animation, then obviously we want to have these tweens, but Unity sort of handles that for us. So we could go straight into that, and then into this sort of jumping bound, and then into this straight leg, and then we go over the entire process again, just making sure that we do the same amount of steps. So what I'll actually do, so we can get an in-depth look at how this all works, is just go through it with you. I'm going to hit Control Z, and this might hurt me a lot. I think this might hurt me a good bit, but we're just going to keep hitting Control Z until we're about at the same place as as you guys will be. Alright, so yeah, I've moved those over, but that's literally the only change. Alright, so we've got our character, they do this. We've got one side of the animation done, they do that. Now they land straight leg here. I'm going to delete that because you guys don't have that. So how are we going to manipulate these things? Well, we're going to go over to the frame that we want our character to be posed in. Then we're going to drag that bit over, avoiding the foot, trying our best to avoid that foot. So I'm going to go straight into bent leg, and then this knee is going to come in. So we've got sort of an arrow there, and then that's going to be my next frame. You see I haven't made any keyframes yet. I'm going to go right click, add keyframe, right click, add keyframe, and look at that. It's a nice blend in from what we had before. So super stretched out, and then nice and compact on the landing. Now what did we do on this side? Let's reference our own animation to make sure it's consistent with what we've got. It's no good looking at other animations and then messing ourselves up off of those. Now that we know the general movement, let's reference what we've actually got. So we've got this leaping bound kind of thing, like she's about to set up for a nice power dunk or something like that. So how are we going to do that? Well, we just reverse what we see here. So the dark leg, the back leg, is actually straight, and then the leg in the front is bent. So we're going to do dark leg bent and leg in the front straight. So about that bend, and then leg in the front about there. Oh, not that much. About in line with the body. Now I remember it being a little bit more compact than this, so we're just going to adjust a little bit. We're going to add the keyframes just to save this pose, because otherwise our hard 10 seconds of work will be for nothing. Now let's actually reference that again, see how close we got. Now here's a funny thing. Because our bones are actually positioned, our character's 2D, so we're kind of cheating towards the screen and everything like that. She's not completely symmetrical in that way, if you get what I'm talking about. So certain bones are going to be placed in different places. We're going to see that on the landing of the animation. The floor's not going to always be in the same place, so we're going to have to add in probably some position nodes, so that we can get our character sort of almost bouncing along the ground as you would with a normal run, if you're a bit of a less efficient runner like me. I'd say that's pretty fair with what we've got. And then, what's that last frame of animation saying? Well, we went from this sort of thing to that full range of motion, that full stretch of the movement. We sort of got a bent leg happening here, bent leg situation happening here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna extend this out and see how that works for us, and then I'm gonna go reference this again. Yeah, now see, we start off the animation. This is an interesting thing I never realized, but we start off the animation actually sort of midway through the animation. So we started off from there. We don't have a springing into the air for our other side, so that's going to be something that we'll want to do. So as we run back that animation, we're actually going to insert that into our thing. Let me just try to get my head around it. So yeah, we hit the floor there, and then here we've got a full leap, and so these two things don't add up. So instead, what we want now is a full leap. So what we'd usually do is we just take these nodes here and just call it a day, but now we see that there's a little bit of a discrepancy in what our character's doing. So this leg comes up here, and add that keyframe, and then this leg, calm down, goes like that, and then we can make adjustments where we need to. So I'm going to look at that. You know what, that leg, yeah, this doesn't need to be as bent. Thinking something looked a little bit off, just a little janky. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Remember when I said Unity would be finicky with these things? I didn't lie. Alright, so I'm just gonna delete that, and we're gonna just try it again. Okay, yep, so that's the sort of extension that we want on the leg. Gonna add in that keyframe, and then that's gonna hopefully, please, yes, so that's gonna save that piece of animation that we've got there. Then now we can hit Control C, Control V, whatever we've got there, and we've got the cycle for the legs going. And what we can actually do, we're not just gonna copy this and just like, yeah, be like, yeah, that's great. You know, like copy it over and just not loop the animation and just continue infinitely trying to do it and just predict, hey, our player's only going to move like for this amount of time. So let's just have the animation loop like that. No, we're going to let Unity loop the animation. So I'm going to drag all of this back to the beginning. So we're going to begin on this frame. Going to come in and end there. In fact, I might not even need to end there. Let's see what happens if we take this away, because that's going to mess up the loop. Yeah, let's see what happens. I'm going to hit Control S real quick, make sure that we don't lose anything. Let's see what happens if we loop through like that. And that's looking pretty decent to me. It's moving at a weird frame rate, probably because I'm recording. Unity does not like that. Well, my computer just doesn't like that in general. But yeah, it looks like things are pretty good. Now, I don't want to go too long, so we're not going to go into using the sort of transformation right now. But that is how you get your legs moving for your running animation. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Until next time, guys, press on and keep creating.